Don't ask me about my previous work, I won't tell. There is a level of I won't tell on that. I'm not going to be shy about it, but I'm also not going to dox my old company. I don't hide that I'm on LinkedIn, so if you want to find it, you can, but I'm not going to talk about it online. So let's add active into our Etsy hosts. Might as well get rid of cap while we're at it. I apparently didn't copy that properly. And we still have a reverse shell. Do a little ping test. Alright. Now, I've said it before, but for everyone who's new, this is an easy hack the box machine. I'm not going to go into real complicated mmap scans here. I'm keeping it simple for people who are just starting on these kind of capture flags. So I'm going to do nmap, st, sv, verbose. So standard TCP port scan. Give me the services. I like to have verbose and set the verbosity on there because I like to see that it's actually working. If there's nothing happening on my screen, I get a little antsy and... Oh, full screen again, right. Thank you, fix it. I get a little antsy if I can't see what's happening, so I like to set verbosity whenever I can. Also, if you do a complicated scan where you're running like something from the nmap scripting engine, something like, you know, the vuln scan script, then doing a verbose scan like this, setting /v, I can start enumerating right now if I want to. So we're gonna wait, we're gonna see what pops up here. I see what could be shares, I see DNS, bunch of RPC ports. Alright, so got LDAP. You know, speaking of the script, the nmap scripting engine, I'm going to run one right now. So we're gonna go nmap a script equals vuln. So what I'm doing is I'm telling nmap to run the vuln scan script. To be Twitch compliant, can you please pipe all commands for lolcat? Or at the very least, have you ever considered a career in being a moderator? Because, boy, you have been so helpful, Fix It, that I might need to come to you for moderation help at some point. So I forgot to run my verbosity here, and now I'm getting empty. We don't appear to have anything. Let's try SMB client, see if I can find anything. Alright, so there are some shares that we might be able to take a look at. My first mod, yeah. I say mod and... you know, wrangling cats and wrangling a group of 25 people. Maybe one day we'll actually need a mod, but I do appreciate all the help. Fix It. Alright, so we have admin, C, IPC, netlogon, replication, sysvol, and users. Let's see if I can get into any of these. I'm not anticipating admin. Get rid of the L because I forgot about that. Denied. Successful, but unsuccessful, however. Replication. Okay, so anonymous login is successful here. We have a directory. I'm gonna exit real quick because I didn't set myself up for success here. Alright, let's go back. I'm used to being able to do retrieve command, so let's try active.hackerbox. We have what appears to be a couple directories of policies and scripts. There's a couple things I could do. I could run an mget and try to get everything. I think I will do that. No. Let's go to scripts. Nothing in scripts. Oh, I'm in scripts still. Alright, so we have a couple policies that we can look at. Now, I don't think I'm going to end up going anywhere that has no file size, that there's nothing in there on. So let's go back. Let's gpt.ini, nothing really worth there. cd 6. I'm gonna hold off for now, and I'm gonna go looking for results over here. So I'm going to run enum for Linux. So enum for Linux is an enumeration tool that will run against this machine and hopefully pipe in some interesting material. Don't know if you have a mod personality, more of a helping one. I feel like the Venn diagram of helping personalities and mod personalities might be close to a circle. I'll let this run and then we'll look through some of it, see what we have. Alright, so we'll see a bunch of access tonight because we're not passing any credentials to this just yet. Is this for exam prep or just practice or fun? Pebble, this is a little bit of both, so I am testing for OSCP in a little over a month. I think I'm 80% confident in it, but really, it's fun. It's meant to be accessory content for people who listen to my podcast to come in and do something live with me instead of having to wait for every other Wednesday to come in. So if you're not on the Discord or anything like that, you can come here and do something a little bit on topic for our show with me. And maybe sometimes try to get through, oh, Pebble just got his OSCP, great for you. That's awesome. I'm loving the course. But it's meant to just be, you know, a way for me to engage with the community. But it's also in the same vein that, like, I started the podcast so that I could get better at storytelling and public speaking. I want to be better at other things as well, and part of that is, I think, going to be streaming to an audience. Now I'm got that skill of being able to tell a technical story to non-technical people, right? But I'm scripting that. I'm doing that in a way that I can prepare and set myself up for success. Now I want to try to be able to do things more live and off the cuff in a way that will, I think, help me even more so in my professional career, because I do have aspirations of, you know, being leadership in cyber one day. and being able to talk like this and do something like this off the cuff is important to me. So you can see we enumerated the same file shares that we saw earlier a little bit. My cat Waffles just came down here, so he's over by my leg. Let's go back to the... I'm going to go back to the replication drive. What's the command? I thought it was... What's the command? It's mget what? If I want to get everything. Let's go back to policies. Let's... Felt like I might have missed something here. Because I got distracted by the vuln scan. mget-r. There we go. Took me a minute to remember that one. Prompt off for second. So, looking at this is just going to pull all the files and recursively go through all the directories, but because I'm not using the filter to just automatically pull everything, it's also kind of letting me look at all these files individually as they come. On a big machine, that would probably not be as efficient. So I'm going to exit this. Alright, so this is what we got. Tree, one of my favorite commands just to pull down everything that I'm in. So we have two policies. Roughly the same. Scripts. Oh, I thought I saw something. Yeah. So, I'm seeing two things that are a little different here. Only one policy has groups XML and only one policy has this INF file. So I'm going to start with the groups SML or XML. So let's go to... That is in the first policy, I believe. That's under machine. Alright. Now I caught a glimpse of something. I'll let you all look at this real quick first. I'm actually going to get rid of that. So, we have UID, we have a new name, action new, description, C password. I'm going to make any note of anything that's password here. Is there a username somewhere in here, vote for that?
Sign. sorry, I don't understand.
I apparently triggered my phone. Ah, here it is. Hack the box. Service TGS. So that's what we have so far. We have a C password. Now that's important because it's not just password. I'm inclined to say that this is some level of encoded or encrypted. So I'm going to do the standard brute force my way here and say C password decrypt. What you see is GPP decrypt is a Python tool that will allegedly decrypt the C password. So I'm going to grab this, see if this is in Kali. It is. What am I doing wrong here? Kali is so nice. Kali is nice. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I want to use Kali or Parrot, because I've tried Parrot, which is the Hackbox equivalent. Oh, look at that. The C was unnecessary. What we have here now is a password, and decrypted password. Alright, so we have a Windows system. We have a username that's probably some level of service account. We have a password of GPP, still standing strong, 2K18. What do we want to do now? I could run Impacket. I could try Enum for Linux with some credentials. What do you all think? Anything you'd want to do? I'm not as familiar with NetExec, no. Oh, it was CrackMap before. I do know CrackMap. I'm going to start with Impacket. I'm inclined to believe that the TGS here, this is going to be some level of account that I can use there. So Impacket, let's go with Get SPN, see if I can find anything there. Get users, SPN. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask to try to get, I'm going to Pebble thank you. I'm going to take a look at that after this, and if it's going to save me time during the exam, then I'm going to want to keep an eye out on it. So, get user SPN. What I need here is a target domain, which we have, which is active.hackthebox. So I'm going to end up domain, username, password. So, Impacket, get users SPN, active.hackthebox / service, TGS. Switch back to the right place. GPT, still standing strong. Now, I'm going to use this as the domain controller IP. What was, I think it's 10.10.10.100. Just looking up netexec right now. So fast user, priv, service enum. Thanks for sharing that. I forgot that I actually need to request for these. So if your username was in there, fix it. The thing I forgot was that I actually need to send a request. I can't just get user SPN within packet. So, Hackalong service tag, GPP still standing strong. Domain controller is this machine. And now I have what looks like a hash. Copy this over. So, nano, I'll just call it admin. If you look, this is the type that we're going to want to look out for with hashcat. Excuse me. So I'm going to look for KRB 5 TGS, that's ticket granting service. So mode 13100. So I go to GitHub, let's see if I can find my what's my actual personal GitHub? I'll see if I can put that up here. Because I have a little cheat sheet that I would use here. Hey, it's me. I have not been as up to date with this as I should be, but I have just a couple things that I wanted to be able to quickly reference here on my GitHub. So I'll go to password attacks. And I'm going to be running hashcat against this. I have some hashcat pieces here. So if I want to crack a hash with a word list, that's what I want to do. So hashcat-m. You said 13100, right? 13100. Admin, and then we want the path to the word list. I'm just going to use RockU. So RockU is very common. I think that's another thing about easy Hackalong machines that they'll end up doing is the passwords are probably going to be one of two. If a word list is required, there's one of two ways of getting it. It's either going to be RockU, or maybe you'll use cool CEWL to create a word list from a machine's kind of blog or something like that. That's one of the things I've noticed that they have for patterns. If there's a blog on there, it's possible that the password is hidden somewhere in that blog. So now we're just waiting for hashcat to load through this and hopefully give me a password for this admin. And then from there, I'm just going to use psexec and see if I can get myself in. Alright, it's done. You can see we have a password right here of Ticketmaster 1968. Practically everything I did on this box can be done with netexec besides the hash cracking. Then I'm absolutely going to need to take a look at it. So, if I go in-packet, you can see all the different in-packet options that we have. But what I want is psexec. psexec is going to let me run commands in the context of that admin user. So if we go for the -h, tell us what we want to look for here. So netexec. I keep coming back to Pebble and the netexec thing. So I'm going to have to figure out that process a little bit. You should get Hackalong paid so you can stream it. So we want the domain, the username, the password at the target name. So we know it's administrator. Almost forgot the password. Ticketmaster 1968, right? So capital M or no? No, not a capital M. At active.hackthebox. Hey, look at that. NT authority system. So I'm here as admin. I told you all earlier on that, we were looking for root level privileges on the Linux machine. On the Windows machine, system is the equivalency here. So that's what we wanted. We wanted system privileges. So now I gotta find the flag. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. We're gonna let this run. This is my wall of shame. I just blindly ran dir. I should look at what directory I was in first. I probably saw what directory I was in, but I was antsy again. I was in system 32. That was a bad choice on my part. So we have perf logs, program files, users. Let's go to users. Let's go to administrator. It's probably just going to be in the desktop here. That tends to be, I feel like, where we're at. Yep, there's root.txt. So if I type root.txt, there's our flag. Did we get... What was the user flag? Did we find the user flag? We went straight to admin, but did we get users? I feel like I zoned out there. I mean, we have system, so let's just go back. I'm sure... Service tags. I keep calling it tags. It should just be EGS. Bears user. I knew I was forgetting something. So there is our user flag as well. That's that. That's really all there is to it. So I will say, let's go back to the intermission window. TGS tags, there's so many things that you don't hear said out loud and everyone has their own pronunciation for. Honestly, I'm probably going to call it a little bit early, so wrap it down in a minute here. I say we still have 18 people here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. 4P44, I know you joined in. Mr. Crumbs joined in. Okay, before I go, Woopinion, what's up? Please tell us the story of the cat on the shelf. Okay, so the cat on the shelf is Lego. And I'm going to get up for a second because I'm going to get up and then you're going to immediately know what the story is, because the real cat. Say hi, Waffles. So this is Waffles. That is Lego Waffles. I have a couple pets, and my lovely wife got me the Lego set for Christmas a few years ago now. And it's one of my favorite things because when I'm in meetings, people can see it. And sometimes, if I'm not on a high quality connection, people think it's a real cat. Or sometimes he walks in and people ask, why do you have two tuxedo cats? Honestly, one of my favorite pictures that I have is his reaction to that being completely built. He just looks so skeptical, like, are you trying to replace me? Is that what's happening here? I like Lego, I like Gunpla, I like all that nerdy stuff you can see behind me on the shelf. One day we'll go through that. Oh yeah, if the door mysteriously opened by itself, it's because the cat came in. They don't tend to do well if I leave the door either completely open or completely shut. They like to inject their opinion onto whatever that is. When you were 18, you worked at the Legoland in Windsor, UK. We have a Legoland near one of my offices. And I think, so the first year I was dating my now wife, she threw me an adult birthday party at the Legoland, and I truly think it was one of the best birthday parties that I had ever had. I don't typically do parties for my birthday, but I was 26 at the time, and it was just so much fun. I remember building the what was it? We were doing Lego cars that would go down and see who could go the fastest down there. You operated a Ferris wheel and ran the clown school, believe it or not. That's awesome. Slow your roll. I would like, Woopinion, I would like to get affiliate. I don't know what it really takes to do that. I'm probably going to do a little more research on that soon. 18 viewers is roughly 16 more viewers than I ever expected to have tonight, so thank you to you 18. I taught kids how to spin plates. Oh my gosh. I cannot spin plates. I used to be real good at spinning rifles. That was my thing. I did really well, thank you. I like to think that the podcast helped at least with my level of engagement. Alright, I'm going to end the stream in a minute. I'll call out anyone who's new here. We have a Discord. You can check that out in the on the Twitch page. It should have a link directly to the Discord, so I'll be over there right after this. I'm typically pretty active on there. What else do we got? Hit whattheshellpod.com if you're interested in that giveaway. That's going to be running through March. There will be more details on that in next week's episode. If that's about it, then I'll see you all in about 2 weeks. Next week we'll have an episode of a show, and then we'll be back here streaming. Have a good night, everyone.